If you want to discover how you can diversify your revenue, build your brand, and turn your audience into customers, well, you are in the right place. In this masterclass, I'm going to take you through the next 60 minutes or so and dive deep into all of these topics and give you some important tips and strategies for how you can grow your business in this economy in 2023. But before we get started, I've got a quick question for you. What do you think the top creators and entrepreneurs in the digital product economy all have in common? There's a few things that they have in common, and they are diversifying their income stream, not relying on one way of making money, looking for different ways that you can make money, different types of products, different ways that you can sell different products for different parts of their audience, whether it is for new creators or supporting people in your audience who are a bit more experienced in different ways. Diversifying is absolutely key. And thankfully, there are a lot of different types of digital products that can help you do that. And you can even have digital products running alongside your business if you aren't already in the digital product economy. So diversification is fantastic, and it gives you a sense of stability and safety and ensures that you're not putting all of your eggs into one basket. We're spreading those eggs, and that is very important when things change rapidly. Also, the top creators are selling where they get to keep 100% of the revenue. There is no point giving your revenue, your hard-earned money, away to platforms that, quite, let's face it, they don't need it. YouTube does not need 30% of your revenue. If you're selling on a course creation platform and they're taking 3%, 5%, 10% of your hard-earned money, it's pretty frustrating. I mean, unfortunately, I wish there was a way that we could do without PayPal fees and credit card processing fees. But when you're charged fees on top of that, it is insanely frustrating, and yeah, you deserve it. You deserve to keep all of your money, so sell on a platform that allows you to do that. That is what the top creators are doing. And also, the top creators are building an audience on a platform they control. None of this building on sandcastles that can blow away with the slightest algorithm change. When you build on your platform, you can control what happens to your audience. You control whether they'll see your content or not, and you will not be stuck if you get deplatformed, if your account gets deleted, or you get into a bit of a fist fight with the the people at YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or wherever you are building your business. Build it in a solid way so that it is going to stand the test of time and be there for the future. And that is what the top digital creators are doing. Now, I created this masterclass because I want to show you what is possible in this digital product business, even if you're not making millions, or quite frankly, even if you're not making anything at all from digital products yet. There is so much potential out there, and I'm going to show you some ways that you could bring digital products into your business. I'll also show you how you can streamline and simplify your business, because life is too short to be wasting it trying to connect different pieces of software together and figure things out when it goes wrong and things don't work, and tearing your hair out and wanting to throw your computer against the wall. Super frustrating, and I don't want you to have to do that. So I'll show you some ways that you can simplify and streamline, and I'm going to give you some ideas for digital products that you could start selling and start creating within days. Maybe weeks, but absolutely days, and get those up and for sale so that you can start creating those diversified income streams. Now, in case we haven't met before, just thought I would do a very quick introduction. My name is Sue McLachlan. I am the founder of the Unicorn Advisory. I've been in business since 1999, back when business software was literally delivered in a box and you plugged it in and loaded it into your computer. So I've been around this online world for quite some time. So I got a lot of experience from e-commerce through to freelancing and service providing, and now digital products. I created my first online course in 2016. Unfortunately, a touch of imposter syndrome and kind of not knowing what I was doing meant that I didn't actually put a course out into the world in 2019, and my business has grown in leaps and bounds since then, and I have made over $500,000, $500,000 through digital products and through the Unicorn Advisory since 2019. Caveat, that is Australian dollars, not US dollars, but I'm still pretty proud and I still love saying, hey, I've made $500,000. So I'm going to gotta leave that there. I'm a digital product strategist and I am a tech consultant for thousands of creators, mostly people who are using my favorite platform, Kajabi, to run their business. So I help people get digital products created and get those tech headaches sorted. I've created 20 courses. I think it might be more, but we'll stick with 20. 2 memberships, plus I've sold other digital products, templates, workshops, a whole lot of different little offers, VIP days, and more. And I've done it all through Kajabi. Now, you might be wondering, well, why should I create digital products? Well, digital products allow you to turn your ideas into income. You don't need anything tangible or physical. I've had a product business. I ran an e-commerce business for 9 years, and let me tell you, if you want headaches, start an e-commerce business and get a warehouse and manufacture your products internationally. It is so much work, so much revenue tied up. And when you create digital products, all that is tied up is your brain. You are allowing your ideas, your processes, things that you do already to be turned into digital products that you can sell. And the great thing about these digital products is that you can create them once, you put that work into creating it, and you can sell it over and over and over again, which really uncaps that reliance on you and allows you to create assets for yourself that will continue to make you money now and long, long, long into the future. And I very much love that. Also, low overheads. As I mentioned before, if you have a product business, there's a lot of other businesses where maybe you require like specialist tools or you need to have actual physical inventory. It takes a lot of capital to be able to do that. And I absolutely love that for, less than what was the cost of our electricity bill when I had my e-commerce business. All of the things that I need to run my digital product business are covered. So for under $1,000 a month, everything is covered. And I'm at a pretty advanced stage, so that's why my costs are higher. When you're first starting out, you can do it for a few $100s a month. I mean, it's just incredible that you can do that. You can create a business that can make you tens, hundreds, or even millions of dollars, just by creating things on software, creating them using your computer and putting it out there into the world. So I absolutely adore that it's low overheads, not just to create digital products, but to keep selling them and to keep marketing them. And that is a pretty sexy business to me. And, importantly, you get to do what you love. You can be a creator and you can get paid for it. Like so often I meet people who've got a YouTube channel or a blog and they have set this up and they do what they love, but they're just not making that much money out of it because it's really hard. And it allows you to keep doing what you love and create digital products that are assets, like I said, and have those assets that can help bring you income. It can generate money that comes into your business so you can keep doing what you love. You don't need to be like, this is not making me any money, I'm going to have to go back and get a job that I hate and all of that kind of stuff. Like creating these digital assets is going to allow you to stay doing what you love. Now, you might wonder, is all of this just too good to be true? And it's just one of those things that's only for smarmy business coaches or marketers. And, I'll kind of put myself into that camp because I am a business coach and I am a marketer. However, no, it is not. There are so many different niches and different types of digital products that people are creating for different audiences, everything from business programs like, what I'm teaching you is how to create these types of programs, how to do well on social media, how to make YouTube videos, all of those kinds of things, through to things that are far more hobby based. Like my daughter even said to me, she's 18 and she's just finished school and she's like, oh, I think I'd like to learn how to make electronic music. She sings and she doesn't know how to actually turn that singing into a track that she could put on Spotify. And so she's like, all right, I'm gonna, see what I can find and see if I can find someone to teach me how to do that, maybe buy a course on how to do that. So it does not matter, what your niche is. It doesn't matter how obscure it is. you will be able to create digital products around that. And I'm going to demonstrate a couple of clients and people that I have worked with who are using Kajabi. This is Carla, and she's an Appalachian musician. And I always love talking about Carla, not just because she is freaking awesome, but because she is like the nichiest of all niches, and it's so amazing. You know, I'm always blown away how well she does. She teaches people Appalachian flat foot dancing or clogging. Like, I mean, I love it. It's super cool, but it is the most like uber specific, really, really niche topic that, you know, maybe you'd be like, wow, if she can make money online doing something so niche and so specific, then, you know, pretty much the sky is the limit, and it really is. And Carla has a range of digital products, and she is amazing at what she does. But yeah, it's a great example of how, you know, the obscurity, it doesn't matter, because if you create an audience around that topic and you can teach people, you know, how to do something that they want to do. Other people wanted to learn this Appalachian flat footing, and Carla is particularly good at it, and, you know, she performs, and so she's able to teach that to others so they can learn and, you know, keep those Kentucky traditions alive, which is pretty cool. But I've also got Scott Michael Dunn. He's another client of mine, also uses Kajabi, and he is in a very, very niche area in business. So this is to sort of show you if you're like, well, I don't know about my hobbies, but I've got this business and I wonder if, you know, maybe I could do something online with that. Well, Scott works with compliance and tax. Very dry. Love you, Scott, but it is dry and I don't totally understand it, I'll be honest. But it's not just with around compliance and tax, it's compliance and tax credits, I think I've got that right, for low income housing providers, constructors, people who make buildings for the low income areas. And there's a whole lot of requirements that go around that. There's tax, and it's important to be up to date with regulatory changes. And Scott's business helps people and does that through an online university. They have a whole range of on-demand courses. They also run live courses, and also has a conference that they put on every year, and then they sell the recordings for that afterwards. All run through Kajabi. So yeah, it's one of those things you might think, oh, no one's really going to be interested in that, but you would be surprised. It doesn't matter the niche, as long as you've got the passion and the ability to get other people, you know, to come along on that journey with you and share that passion, because there is always going to be people that are interested in what you have to teach. And these are some of the niches, some of the random niches of people who I have worked with who have got successful businesses in the digital product arena. I mean, I can ramble a few of them off, but you can read them on the screen. You know, productivity and home organization, like, you know, there are digital courses around that. You know, one of my clients in another life, I'm a voiceover artist, and she has a voiceover academy, and she teaches people how to, you know, be a better voice artist and bring acting skills into that. And another client I've worked with teaches people accent training for, you know, for the US. I mean, those are really specific topics, and, you know, it just goes to show there is so much that you can do. Dance, art, how to create an epic YouTube thumbnail. Like, that's something that someone is doing as a little side thing to their main business, which is YouTube editing. So they've got this little course to bring people in to become clients for their actual YouTube editing, because anyone who wants YouTube editing is probably going to want to know how to create great thumbnails. So, you know, there's whether it's the digital products or something that you do in conjunction with your business, or whether that's something where that becomes your business. There's kind of, you know, sky's the limit type of situation. And, you know, I'll just leave you with a quote. I just made this up, but there is no niche too small or too specific. If you can dream it, you can create a digital product for it. Now, you might be wondering, all right, well, why create this now? Is there not like a glut? And is there not like so many digital course creators out there? I mean, sometimes it can feel like every man and his dog is creating a digital course or some kind of program right now. But the reason for that is because the pandemic literally changed everything. I mean, the online course industry was growing exponentially before the pandemic. And when the pandemic hit and everyone was stuck at home and glued to Zoom and needed to learn things and was bored out of their brains and, you know, learning how to make sourdough and, you know, macrame and all those things, you know, upskilling because they had the time, but also importantly, getting used to doing things online, it just really opened up to everyone. And, I just can't underestimate this and how much it has changed, because in the past, you would have had to have gone to a college or enrolled in a course or gone away for a weekend to some sort of, workshop or something like that. And now you can learn new skills wherever you are. Like, even if you're learning it on your mobile phone, you can be on the bus and be, watching some training. You can literally do this anytime, anywhere, and it has just enabled people so much more flexibility with how they learn. It enables you flexibility with how you deliver training. And there's a lot of pretty awful things about the pandemic, let's face it, but the good side of it is that it's changed how people think. It's that learning online is no longer that like, oh, I don't know if people want to do that anymore. Yes, absolutely they will. It became completely normal. And also it's so much more accessible to be able to learn online. You don't have that physical restriction. Like, I can find someone, like, say I was really into Kentucky culture and I wanted to learn Appalachian flatfooting. Well, in the past I would have literally had to have traveled to America. I'm here in Australia, but now I can log online and I can learn that, like cooking classes. There are so many different types of things that would have been geographically restricted before, and now it is just so much more accessible. And the affordability is a really big thing as well. Like, if you think about it, like, college, it's expensive, and a lot of people are learning a lot of the same skills that maybe they would have learned at college, or maybe they would have had to enroll in a 12-week course that was at a community college, or some other thing where it was that being there physically and a teacher having to show up for you means that there are certain costs that have to be associated with that. And the benefit for digital education, I mean, it's a benefit for you as a creator because you have that create at once and you don't physically have to be there to deliver it. And whether you deliver that to 2 people or 200,000, the work is similar on your end. But also it enables people to be able to learn at a much more affordable cost than they would have previously been able to. Like, the amount of education that you can get for really great value compared to learning in a traditional way is spectacular. Also, it allows you to upskill really quickly. Maybe you need to learn something for a job. Maybe you want to learn a new hobby and you don't want to have to wait till the next semester starts or anything like that. You will be able to find on-demand training that you can start now. And you can watch it on your phone. You can be in bed watching it. The accessibility to be able to do that really quickly, whether it is for work or whether it is for hobbies, is awesome. But one other reason why it's now is the time is, think about this. Being a creator now, it is a real job. Can you imagine saying to someone, like even 10 years ago, like when they said, what do you do? And you said, I'm a creator and I teach people, skills online. They probably would have been just like, what? Like, it was such a kind of random thing. Whereas now it is so common. There are so many people who are doing really well. It's not one of those, standout, random, someone's doing something on the internet. I think it's a bit scammy, like that. It's not real. Now it is a literal real job. There are tens of thousands, I'd say potentially even hundreds of thousands of people who are earning an income and making a living from being a creator, from turning their ideas into income, turning their passions into products that they are able to sell and, then have enough money to be able to, live off, and in many cases, even live a really great life and have a whole lot more freedom doing it. So, don't forget, like, sometimes it can still feel, a bit weird and a bit like, is that a real job? Yes, absolutely. I've made $500,000 as this, real job being a creator. And, I'm a mum. I'm a single mum with 2 kids. So, it is really possible and it is achievable. Now, there are 55,000 creators on Kajabi, and between them, they are making over $5 million every day. I think that is incredible. This is a multi-billion-dollar economy. It's projected to be, I think I read the other day, somewhere around $800 billion a year. And, it is possible. You can be one of those creators who is, doing that platform and joining your other Kajabi friends potentially, and being part of that $5 million every day. But one thing is, with being a creator is there's often this, this desire to give and to to want to teach people for free and feel a bit icky about selling. I completely get that. I am very much an over deliverer and believe in radical generosity. However, you are in business. If you want to start a business and not have a job, like if you want this to provide income for you so you have options, so you have freedom and you have flexibility, you do need to make money. So do make sure that making money is a priority. And that's what I mean by talking about things like diversifying income streams and looking at different types of digital products that you create. So you find that ideal thing that's right for you. But, talking about that, well, what kind of digital products can you create? Like, there's lots out there. You've probably heard of, online courses. That is lots, where people start. But remember, you can create more than one. You can mix and match. You could create a coaching program that has a course attached to it. A membership that comes with optional coaching. You could have a membership with a workshop, a membership that has templates. Like, you can create more than one type. So I'm going to go through a few, but just do remember that we got options here. So courses, live courses or pre-recorded courses are probably the most common thing that people know about. It's the most common thing that people come to me to learn. I have a program called 30 Days to 1K where I take you through how to create your first course. And you can do that as a live course, like a live cohort. Now, what that means is a course that starts on a particular date, more like you would do if you were going to an actual in-person school or college. Like they'd be saying, hey, we start on this Monday and we run for 4 weeks or 10 weeks or whatever the case is. That can be a way that you can run your course. Whether you want to do it live or you want to re-record it will depend on you personally. I like doing live courses because I find I have better energy than when I'm teaching live rather than re-recorded, but I also love doing pre-recorded because it means I can do it whenever I want. I don't need to fit into that schedule. If I'm not feeling up to it that day, I can do it the next day instead. I can edit, and also if I make a mistake, maybe I could do a little bit of it again. Whereas when you're doing it live, it is live. You get what you get. But there's no right or wrong. And there's options and there's ways that you can create a course, and maybe it has pre-recorded content and you offer live support at certain times of the year. There's lots of different things that you can do. It can be anything from a little mini course that just teaches one tiny little thing, like how to play one song, or how to clean up your inbox and set up folders. Like one aspect. It doesn't have to be everything that you offer, and it can just be one little specific thing, through to a signature program where someone may work with you for multiple weeks or months and learn a bigger topic and go deeper. So there is no right or wrong. You can create multiple mini courses. You can create a bigger program. Lots of options. Love the courses. And talking about mini courses, they can also be something that you would run as a workshop, and you could run a live workshop that goes for an hour or two and then turn it into a mini course. You could take the recording from that workshop and then chop it up into little pieces. Or you could have a workshop where it's, like you teach something for 20 minutes and then you have a period of time where people are working on that. And, everyone's sort of working together. And again, you could then take that and chop it up, make it into a mini course. You could even have something where it's partially recorded, partially live. Lots and lots of different options, but workshops and mini courses are a really great place to start when you are going, oh, what do I do? Because, you take all the risk out of it. They can be created pretty quickly. A big course can take longer, and it's a chance to experiment, and it's a chance to learn the art of creating a course and get comfortable with being on camera and learn how to present the content, get feedback from people. And when you've done a little course, it's a lot easier to iterate or perhaps do a different course if you find that it didn't work, etc. Now, there are other products where you can, make money out of them, like a private podcast or a private newsletter. Personally, I haven't done a private podcast, but I have sold a private newsletter, which was basically me emailing specific content every week, and people pay to be part of that. And there are a lot of people that are doing really well with things like podcasts, where it's not going out to the masses, it's only for people who pay for that access. And the same with a newsletter, like a paid newsletter. Maybe you've got general content that goes out in your main newsletter to everyone, but you go deeper on specific topics in a paid newsletter, and people will be like, yeah, I'll give you, $5 $10 a month, whatever it is, there are tens of thousands of people selling these paid newsletters where they are getting access to a creator. And if you love writing, that can be really, really helpful. And it's a way for you to generate income from doing what you love. I will say with products, and I'll go into this more when I go through 30 days to 1K and other training, like, there is no right or wrong, and you get to choose what suits you. If you love audio and the idea of doing something in an audio form and recording, maybe once or twice a week, or sometimes people do it every day, like a podcast that goes out to the people who pay for it, then that's fantastic. If you love writing, a newsletter would be good. Teaching, if you love to teach and you love to show people, and maybe you like to write as you go, or you're teaching drawing or something where you've actually got a camera that's showing what you're doing. Like, there's so many different options, and there's no right or wrong. It's just about picking the style of program that works best with your skills and your personality. Now, very, very popular is creating a membership site or a community. So courses and workshops and things like that tend to be more static. They are created, someone consumes the content, and it comes to an end. But a membership or a community is an incredible way to grow what is called monthly recurring revenue. It means you can have more stability and control over knowing how much that money that you're going to make every week, month, or year, because you will know that you'll have that base level of recurring income. People that will be paying to stay with you month after month. So, growing that over time is one of the best ways to bring some stability into your business. So you don't have those peaks where one month you might be like, oh my God, I made 20 grand. And then, for the next 3 months, you only make $300. Like, memberships and communities are a great way to do that. But also it helps bring people together. And basically you're sort of creating this environment where you're either providing new content or resources, or giving someone something every month, or you're giving them access to an entire catalog. Like, think like Netflix, where you pay monthly and you can watch anything, but when you stop paying, you no longer have access. That's the kind of thing that a membership is. And a community is where you bring a group of people together, and the only people that can participate in that community are the ones who are paying to be there. And sometimes it's that case of being in the room with people in your industry is so valuable. And also, it's if everyone's learning things together and they're with other people who are learning it at the same time, getting feedback, like forming friendships with people who are going through the same journey, it can be an amazing way to help bring that more personal touch into your business if you really like to work in that way. And you have a sense of community and bringing people together. Now, templates or processes, is another thing where we sell templates, and it is just this absolutely fantastic thing where it's create it once and sell it many times. And templates can be anything. So the templates that I sell are website templates. My daughter, who's 18, has also sold Canva graphic templates. I see people selling email templates, like copy. A web designer friend that I worked with actually sold her process for collecting all the information from a client when she starts work with it, because she had this fantastic process, and everyone kept saying, oh my God, like, I love how you do that, and I love how you set up this communication. Can you teach me how to do it? And so she started selling it as a course and provided the resources and the templates. She had it within Trello, so that getting the Trello board was part of it, and then she showed you how to complete each step of it and keep the client involved along the way. And then it was a way for her to check everything, and she created that process over years of doing that work and creating something for herself, and it made her life easier. But then she got to make money out of it by also making other people's lives easier. So it was a nice little win-win, and there are sky's the limit with ideas there. Also coaching sessions or coaching programs. And if you are not sure where to start, sometimes coaching can be a fantastic place to start for two reasons. You will actually learn from the people that you coach, and also it is one of the easiest ways to get up and running and get started. You just need to create your offer and your checkout, and a way for people to schedule time with you. And honestly, in the beginning, you could even forget all the software and just be like, let me know when you're free, and you could do it manually. And then when you start getting more people, you might want to set up an automated system. But you can either work through coaching or consulting in a manner where you are helping people with a challenge, and this is where if you know that you have done this almost voluntarily, I might say, where you've got into a habit of helping people. Like one of the ways that I first started in this world of Kajabi back in 2019 was that I was using Kajabi. I was going through Amy Porterfield's Digital Course Academy program, and I kind of became the resident Kajabi helper by accident because I loved Kajabi, I loved using it, and I saw other people were getting stuck, and I was looking for ways to proactively procrastinate and think that I was working while actually avoiding the work. And I used to find myself, for fun, getting on calls with people and helping them navigate through, and they'd ask me questions and I would support them and help them work out what they needed to do. And then that led into my entire business. So that was never my intention. Like that just came out of what I was doing naturally. And you might find yourself in a similar situation. People always come to you because you're the one known for helping with X thing. And maybe you are an actual coach who's gone through a coaching program and you have that set up and you have a system and you coach clients through a particular process, in which case you could actually set up like a package of coaching, or you could just start with this almost pick my brain type of offer where you're essentially you are selling your time for money in that situation. So it's less digital, but it's a really nice way that you can learn more about what your audience wants and needs to be able to create your digital products and bring in some income at the same time. Often coaching kind of goes really hand in hand with digital products. But what happens? You've got these products. You're like, all right, I'm doing this. I'm creating them. But how do you actually sell them? like creating them is the first step. Like that is awesome. But, products that are created are not just going to sit there on their own without anyone knowing about them. They're just simply not going to sell. And it does not matter how good your products are. You could have created something that you are so proud of, and it is spectacular. No matter how good your products are, they are not going to sell themselves. Unfortunately, I wish it was true. I wish you could just vomit money out of your computer, but unfortunately, if you think that, you have been sold a lie. You need to do a bit of work in order to sell your products, which means you need to get them in front of people and get people's eyes on your product. You need to take them through a bit of a journey, which is sometimes known as a sales funnel. I like to call it funnel funland because it doesn't always have to be dry and boring and top of funnel and middle of funnel and all these kind of very dry marketing topics that people are talking about. Just think about that you are taking people on a journey. Think about it as if it was you are dating someone. You are not going to get onto a dating app and start inviting people to get married before you've even met them. And it's a little bit similar with the sales process when you are selling to strangers. Now, the very first people to try and sell to are obviously people that you know, but the more that people know you, the more they'll trust you, and the more that they will, want to and be interested in learning more about potentially buying your products. It's very rare that you would find some random product on the internet from a stranger and be like, yeah, okay, I'll buy that, unless it was something that was potentially a bit of a cheaper price. You were like, oh, hey, I need that. It's, kind of low risk. Generally, you need to take people through the what's called in marketing a funnel, a sales journey. So let's make that fun and look at some ways that you can do that. So there are ways like a live or recorded webinar, like what I'm doing with you right now. I will have something to offer at the end, but don't worry, it is free. But you can teach a topic and teach a little bit of information about your digital product that then leads into your digital product. So you can go through and do some training and give people a taste of what it would be like to learn from you and work from you. And thankfully, doing recorded webinars like this, I put mine on Kajabi. Usually as recorded webinars, I'll usually do them live once, and you can do that on Zoom or anything like that. Or this one is recorded, and I'm recording it on an app called Loom, which is a screen and camera recorder app, and I will then put it onto a Kajabi page and make it available to the world. So doing those is a really great way to sell because, like I said, it helps people get to know you, trust you, and you just cannot I can't emphasize enough how important that is. The reason random strangers buy from you on the internet is because they don't feel like random strangers. They feel like they know you and trust you enough to want to buy whatever it is that you're offering, if they need it, that is. Low ticket offers. You've probably seen these all over Facebook, Instagram, everywhere else, where you will see some incredibly, high valued course selling for $17 or $37 or some sort of low under $50 price point. And you're probably going, man, why are they selling that so cheap? They're not going to make any money. Well, low ticket offers are a way for you to, it's like the Costco taste test almost. You can certainly do free offers as well, but low ticket offers are like a little mini course, a little taster. Again, maybe it's the one part of a process and you teach a bigger process in another course. Maybe it's just something that you do as a standalone. But low ticket offers allow people to come into your world as a buyer. If you are running ads or anything like that, where you are paying to get customers and to get your things in front of people, it allows you to make some money off your ads. So maybe the ads don't cost you as much, or if you set things up, right, which can take some tweaking, maybe your ad cost is neutral. So you're bringing leads into your business without having to spend a whole lot of money to do it. And for a lot of people, that is pretty important and pretty helpful. So to do that, you would create your course, and then you have your checkout page. People will buy it from an ad, or if they find it elsewhere, they will take your course. You will, wow them with value, and ideally they will then be far more interested to buy other products from you later. And thankfully, Kajabi makes it really easy to set up. The other time you might see that is sometimes almost like an upsell, where you might download something that you've seen, a free resource, and then they'll be like, hey, do you want this super awesome thing? Normally it's $50, but right now you can get it for $8 or something like that. Again, that's a low ticket offer, and it's not necessarily designed to make you money. I mean, I have an entire episode that I've done with my office strategist friend Tracy on video about just low ticket offers. There's a whole strategy behind it, but that is one way to get people into your world. It's a type of funnel. You could do a 3 or a 5 day challenge. Again, you might have seen these around. You might have even participated in one yourself. And that is, again, a way that you can get a taste of working with someone. You see what they're like, often in a live capacity. If you're doing it live, like, you see what their support's like. You see how they help people. And you are the person that will be doing the helping. I love challenges. 3 days generally I found has worked better for me than 5 days. Like, challenges are pretty awesome. They're also pretty energy intensive. So, it's one of those things. I'd say that's probably not where I'd start. I'd probably start with a simpler way of selling. But yeah, definitely very fun and very effective. A video series, if you don't want to be doing anything live, can also be effective, where you record a series of videos and then you release them to people. People can sign up to get these free videos, and you take people again through a journey, and you help share information about part of your process. It's a little bit like the webinar that I talked about at the beginning, where you're sharing enough to help people and to give them a taste of what it would be like, seeding the possibilities for the future. And then at the end of that video series, then you can pitch your course. So if you want to do things recorded, that can be really helpful. But I have seen people do it more challenge style, where they do that live as well. That video series is Jeff Walker's product launch formula. You may or may not have heard that or read his book. That is what he teaches. Doing a simple discovery call. If you're like, oh, I don't know how to sell, but I want to talk to people, and I can work really well when I'm on the phone with them. Setting up a discovery call where someone books in time and they can talk with you, and you can talk to them and find out where they're at, and then suggest products or services that you offer that might be able to help. That's another way to sell. And of course, remember that all of this is in addition to having things available on your website, and sending out social posts and directing people through blog posts, and doing what you can to direct people to your offers. These are these funnel things and these things that I'm mentioning. These are specific strategies, what are called launch strategies, to help bring far more attention to your offer so that you sell more. They're not compulsory, and you don't have to do all of them. You can pick and choose. But these are just some examples of the types of different funnels that you can offer. And it's really great having software that allows you to do lots of different types of launches. And as well as launches, affiliates. Affiliates are basically where people are giving recommendations recommendations, and they get paid a commission for their recommendation. Now, Kajabi that I use has an affiliate center built into it, so it makes it all very easy. If you're not using Kajabi, you can actually get affiliate software to track that for you, because it's all done electronically. There are ways to track it by saying, let me know if someone referred you, but it's much nicer and cleaner if you share a link and it has a little bit of code or a cookie attached to it. So say I have got, like my daughter Maya is releasing something, and I'm like, hey, well, I'll tell my people about it because I'm pretty sure that people in my audience would be really interested. So she gives me a link that's for me and me alone, and I share that link. And if anyone clicks on that link and they buy, it's going to be tracked back to me. So that is the software side of it. But what that does is, instead of spending money on marketing up front, you're actually, you know, your affiliates, the people who are out promoting for you, they are getting paid when the action happens. So instead of putting the money out there for marketing and hoping that it works, affiliate marketing can be really helpful because you're only paying for it when it works. So if it doesn't work, if someone promotes something and they don't send any people, or none of those people buy, you know, you're not having to then give money. But say they're really, you know, good at selling and they are raving about you, and you've got that nice alignment with your audience, it is a fantastic way to bring a heap of new people into your world, and you will then pay that affiliate a commission, but you've got a heap more sales that you would never have got had they not done that promotion for you. So it's a great strategy, and I love using affiliate marketing on both sides of the camp. Being an affiliate and having affiliates working for me. And one of my favorite ways to sell, and I kind of think this one, you know, often emails will come off the back of a lot of those other funnels that I talked about earlier, but automated emails are one of the easiest ways that you can set and forget and continue to get sales. So what automated emails are, say you create something like a free lead magnet. You create a free guide or a free little short class, or, you know, even a webinar or something like that. You give away something for free in exchange for someone's email address. And then you send them out a series of emails, like, you know, that automated emails will have two jobs. One is to welcome them into your world, let them know a little bit more about you, and let them know about what you have available for sale. You can send a series of automated emails out, and the system will do it for you in the background. I freaking love my Kajabi email bots, and that is going to go in the background, basically selling on your behalf. That is going to keep working, and you will never even know that it is happening. And you know, that's the power of automation, and also the power of email marketing. But you might be going, oh, does email marketing even still work in 2023? Like, isn't email marketing dead? You know, you might have heard that, or you might even be like, oh, I don't even know. Well, no, email marketing is not dead. Email marketing is freaking fantastic because it is the fast lane directly to someone's phone. You are not relying on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or anything else like that. You are able to get access directly into someone's phone. And think about this. When was the last time you checked your email? What do you do first thing when you wake up? Do you check your email? How many times through the day do you check your email? You know, it is one of those things that is far more commonly used than you might suspect, but also you're not on Instagram or somewhere where you're hoping, if you're lucky enough, that, you know, the platform is even going to put your content in front of someone. Email is a direct, straight into someone's inbox, and, you know, not to say that they will read it, but the chance that it's there, that they can see that come in and potentially read it, is so much higher than the, I'm sure it's like something like maybe 1% of your audience is going to see your posts on Facebook and Instagram unless you're paying them. Whereas email, it is, you know, practically free in comparison. And, you know, the really great thing is that you are in control of your audience. There is no algorithm going to shut you down, shadow ban you, you know, stop your information coming in front of people. You get to control it. You get to control how often it goes out. You know, if people don't want to get it anymore, it's so simple, they unsubscribe. But, you know, having that, that direct into someone's inbox is so, so powerful, because, you know, basically what is happening with email marketing is that you are getting to send that one message to your entire list at once. Now, whether that is 20 people on your list, if you're just getting started, 2 people, doesn't matter, or 20,000 or 2 million, you get to send it once and it goes to everyone. And the chance of that getting seen is so much higher than on a social platform. On average, around 35 to 40% of emails will be opened, which means they're being looked at, compared to that, maybe 1 or 2% of posts on social media. So email marketing is freaking fantastic. You get to, have that control, and it's not going to be snatched away from you. You're not going to get your account closed and all of a sudden all your, your list and your audience is gone. It's yours. You own that. And even if you move from one platform to another, you can take that list with you, because it's kind of like that is part of you. It's the core foundation of your business. And email marketing allows you to welcome people into your world and grow that relationship. Like I said, those automated email sequences are absolute gold for that. And it also allows you to do things like send out sales campaigns. And that can be something that is automated. Like maybe after your welcome sequence, you send a sales campaign about a digital product. Like if you've created something, you can, send a few welcome, hey, how you doing emails, and then you start inviting people to work with you and tell them about the program and how it can help them in an automated way. Or maybe you're in a situation where you're like, all right, this is my goal for the month. I want to make this much money. So you might have a little flash sale and send out emails to your audience telling them about that. You might launch a new product, something brand new. Well, hello, jump onto the emails and send them out, and you are going to instantly get exposure to all of those people who are on your email list. A lot of people really focus on building social channels and building YouTube, and that is fantastic, and your content is absolutely going to get in front of people. But if you also focus on building your email list, you are going to exponentially increase your chance of success. You can build your brand on a platform that you control, and you can send as many or as few emails as you like. Like, you have control over that. If you're like, oh, I don't want to be sending emails out every 5 seconds, maybe send a newsletter once a week, and then an occasional sales email. It doesn't have to be this big process, but please promise me, if you take anything out of today, it is that you will build your list, and you will enable yourself the flexibility to do that in the future. Now, one little caveat with email marketing, you will need software to be able to do it for you. It's not like you can just go into your Gmail and send it out to everyone, and everyone will see who else is getting the email. Like, you can do that if there's maybe 5 people and you BCC people. Completely unsustainable going forward. And also, you need to give people a way that they can choose to opt out with for legal reasons. So you do need special software to send emails. Basically, the software is sending emails on your behalf. So it's multi-sending multiple emails, and it's also giving people the ability not to receive the email if they want to unsubscribe from your list. It's letting people know the address and the details of where you are based. Again, legal requirements. But also, you're able to see how many people are opening the emails, if they're clicking on the emails, if you've got multiple things, what they are clicking on, which helps you to learn, is that effective? If you are playing around with things like the content of the email or the subject line. Now, we could go into a whole thing about this, but being able to see the analytics and the stats of whether that is working or not is incredibly valuable, and it helps you make great decisions going forward. So in order to do this, you will have to get the special software. There are lots of options around there, but one of the things, and I will say this shits me with email marketing software, is you can get punished for growing your list. Most email marketing software, you hit 1,000 subscribers or 2,000 or 5,000. Every time you grow your list, you are going to have to pay more for that software at that level. And I kind of get it. Like, there are costs involved in sending out emails. They're pretty minor, but I don't think you should get punished for growing your list. And that's one of the reasons why I use Kajabi for my email marketing, because the limits are so generous. Even on their smallest plan, the basic plan, the limit is 10,000 subscribers. And to put that, a point of reference, I have been in this business since 2019. I have around 7,000 subscribers. And so I haven't even hit the limit for that basic level. Yet had I been using other software, I would have hit the limit multiple times, and possibly could have been paying more for my email marketing than for everything else. So big kudos to Kajabi in that lane. It's one of the reasons why I love to use it. So we've got the selling, we've got the creation, but you know what you got to do next? You got to take some money. You got to find a way to get paid, and pretty sure you're doing this because you'd like to get paid. So what you need to consider is creating a way that is secure, like a secure payment method. You can't be ringing someone on the phone and asking for their credit card number and then punching it into somewhere, God knows where. And also you want your checkout software to be high converting, to be able to have the information that people need to feel safe and secure when someone is on it, and to collect the information that you need in order to give them access to your products. So again, it's one of those things where software comes to the rescue, and there are lots of different options. I love Kajabi. There are so many like multi-million dollar creators using Kajabi and using Kajabi's checkouts. And one of the other reasons, is that you get to keep all of the money. You're not giving a percentage of it to software. Some software checkout types of things, I'm not going to go into them, but they are annoying, will actually take a percentage of the income that you make. 10% in some cases. If you earn more, maybe it'll drop a little bit, but you should not have to be giving such a high percentage of your income over to checkout software. You should be keeping it all. So look for a checkout software where you get to keep all of the revenue. Now, I'm not talking about Stripe fees or PayPal fees. Those, it doesn't matter what provider you are with, everyone gets charged those. What I'm talking about is the actual checkout software. Again, another tip and reason why I love Kajabi. Also, this is probably not something you need to worry about when you're first starting out, but AOV stands for average order value, and increasing your average order value is a really great way to increase your revenue. And it comes back to diversification as well. If you have multiple products, then you can offer those would you like fries with that order bumps and potentially upsells. So if someone goes to buy one of those low ticket offers that I was talking about earlier, like the $17 offer, but then you offer them something else to help them implement that $17 offer. And maybe that costs $17 as well. All of a sudden, you've turned your $17 order into a $34 order. And, not everyone is going to buy that, but having that capacity to be able to offer that, to be like, hey, do you want fries with that, means that some people are going to be like, you know what, actually, yeah, I'll take that. That sounds really great. That's really going to help me. And an upsell is something that someone sees after they've checked out. So an order bump is at the same time where they just tick a box. And an upsell is, sometimes you might have, gone through and purchased it where someone's like, hey, I know you've just purchased this thing, but I'm going to offer you this other awesome thing, and it will really help you. That's an upsell. And again, if someone then purchases the upsell, it can increase your average order value. You might be like, oh my God, Sue, what are you talking about? And that is okay. It may be something that comes further down in your business journey, but having the option to be able to do these things is really, really going to help you increase your revenue. And that is always an awesome thing. Now, something to consider when you are taking the payment is what happens after you get the money. Are you going to have to log into something, say you're out for dinner on a Saturday night and you get a little thing, you're like, oh, I shouldn't be looking, but my watch just buzzed and someone just purchased, and apart from being like, yeah, yes, doing the little squee, you might be like, oh my God, now I've got to give it to them. How do I do that? And you don't want to be hassling with any of that. Ideally, if you are able to, again, use a software or system where you're able to automate that, where a receipt goes out, an email goes out, like a confirmation, where they can then instantly get access to what it is. Very, very important. And, that's connecting up that product to the offer. So the offer is like the checkout. So when someone purchases, how do they get access to that course or that workshop or those templates or whatever it was? So being able to connect those and do it automatically, very, very helpful. If you're not using a system like Kajabi where it's all automatic and it's all sort of in the one system, then you might need to use another additional software, which is like a bridge to bring those things together. So it's like firing off little commands in the background. But, it's good, it can be done, but it's just extra integration. So I love just having the simplicity of just having it all together, and this connects to that and it all fires off and you do not need to worry about it. And when you are out to dinner on Saturday night, you're just like, yes, awesome. And you know that everything is taken care of for the actual customer, and that is the most important thing. But talking about the customer, how do they actually get access? like you've got the digital product, you've sold it, you've created the, the selling mechanism, they've bought it, but then what? That is, sometimes, a way that it's easy to fall over, and you'll need somewhere to host this course, this digital product, template, workshop, mini course, membership, whatever it is, you need somewhere to keep the things. And you could potentially email them whenever you can get around to it, whatever. Send them a Google Doc or something like that that has the details, and they could maybe click some links to some website pages or something like that. If you do go down that path, it's very hard to control who has access to that, because you're just kind of giving out a link and it's not specific for that person and it's not controlling their access. Same if you put the videos on YouTube. Sure, you could put them on as unlisted videos, and give people links to those videos, but again, you're not controlling that. They could just give that to all their friends or anyone else. And also, if you are doing something where it is a course training, you could potentially run your course via Zoom calls, or do it in a free Facebook group, something like that. So there are ways that you can start out with no special tech at all, but it's not ideal. And as you go down the path, you will want a way to make that, a really nice student experience. Like, I always think it's so valuable not to think of it from your perspective and think, oh, but I don't want to pay money for that. Like, I don't want to pay money to make it a nicer experience for these students that just gave me money. And unfortunately, a lot of people can go down that path. Think about it from your students' perspective. Like, what is their experience going to be like? Think about if you've purchased something and then you don't get any email, and you're like, all right, so where do I get this course from? And you just hear nothing, and then someone sends you a Google Doc and you're like, okay. Like, it doesn't feel very professional. Whereas if someone purchases something and you can have a look through that whole experience, like they press pay, they're then taken to a page which congratulates them on their purchase and lets them know, yes, you have purchased, this is confirmed, click here to access your course, and it then clicks through into the course, and then all the content of the course is laid out really nicely. They can see the videos and they don't need to contact you and ask you for anything, and they feel confident, like, okay, cool, I made this I made this good decision. That's a really nice experience. So I think prioritizing your actual student's experience and not looking at it from your side, looking at it from how your student experiences it, is really important and helpful. And you want to make it easy for them. Like, you don't want them to have to be asking you how to do things. You want them to be able to log in. You want them to be able to see where they got up to on their courses, to have an option of leaving comments if they've got questions about the lesson, and also making it recognizable, so that, especially if you're a bigger company or you're a brand, like being able to actually brand that course content in that area so it looks like you, that is, it's just so critical. It's one of the reasons why I've always adored Kajabi, and even if I didn't use the other features that Kajabi offered, like a lot of creators use just the course area because of that flexibility with customization, because of how good you can make it look, how professional it looks without you having to tweak and change a whole lot, like the different styles of course layout that you can choose, like the different template options, having that recognizability, having that branded platform can be really helpful to, show someone that they made the right decision right from the beginning. You can even do cool things like gamification, which will help people finish their course. Because when someone doesn't have a teacher going, all right, Sue, come on, we're doing this now, not having that sort of extra incentive can complete things can mean that sometimes people are like, I'll do it later. So what gamification is bringing in fun elements, like little badges, like when someone completes a certain lesson or a certain module or something like that, then they'll be awarded a badge. It could be they get a badge for the first time they log in. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've used systems that have badges. They don't cost anything. You don't get anything from them. It's kind of like this, little digital kudos, but it is actually really, really motivating. I have an Apple Watch, and the fitness app where it tracks, have you completed for this month? It says yes, and I'm like, yes, awesome, and I feel so good about it, and I also want to make that happen. For what? Some pixel art. But it doesn't matter. It's it's using those strategies, and there are a lot of instructional designers who really get behind this aspect of gamification. And Kajabi has gamification options in their templates, and I really love that they've brought that in so that you can then have the option to add that and make your courses fun. It's always awesome to have things that are fun. And you might want to offer support through live sessions, or you might want to be able to teach live. Maybe you don't have Zoom and you want an option, you know, having a way that you can teach live is really helpful. So, you know, giving people the link to where they can join you live. There are community options that you can do that. Kajabi has a community with a live room that you can go to, or even doing it like what I do for a lot of my programs is I will teach live on Zoom, or I will do a Q&A on Zoom, and then I'll put the recording into their student portal in Kajabi so that people can access it and they can search it and make that content really accessible. And also, in this day and age, I mean, I feel like sometimes I'm almost a boomer, but I like seeing things and I like learning on a computer, but easy access, you know, for people to be able to access things through their mobile device these days is so critical, and making sure that looks good and is able to be accessed. And Kajabi have just brought out a new feature. It does cost extra, so it depends on where you're at with your business, but for some people they're like, it is worth it. I want this branded app. So instead of people going to the Kajabi app, they go to your app. You know, your very own app with your branding, and that can feel really extra and special, especially when you're trying to impress people. But whether it's on the Kajabi app or your own version of the Kajabi app, like, mobile access is absolutely key. Like, you want to make your content as accessible as possible. And with some of our programs, we've even made it into a private podcast and hosted that podcast through Kajabi so that people can consume the content on an app. And again, it's a really great solution to prioritize your student and where they are at and how they might want to learn from you. And also, when you are delivering your digital products, think about how you can show people the next steps, how they would, you know, like to work with you. Like, design your content to be talking about, you know, other products. Like, you know, when they get to the end, don't just say, okay, thanks. You know, tell people how they can continue, what's next, what else you have to offer. And I'll be honest, it's one of the other reasons why I really love the design aspects of Kajabi's product areas, the courses and memberships, etc., because you can do these little upsells on the side, and you can make it really easy for people to get to, you know, say you're supporting in a community, in a Facebook group or something like that. You can have people be able to link straight through to that. If you have additional, you know, one-to-one coaching calls or support calls that you're offering for a cost, you can link to them. If there's another course that's really relevant and helpful, or maybe it's those things that you've included in that order bump or upsell, and you want to still offer them to people so they could buy it later, you know, having them, like, being able to think about not just this course itself, but what other things that you could offer to people to help them on their journey, and choosing a way of delivering the content to the students that makes that possible and makes it easy, because the easier that you make it, the better, in my opinion. Now, it's probably not super relevant, but I just wanted to put this in there because it is, it's not so much about growing your brand or diversifying, but it is about saving you a whole lot of time. We are in an AI revolution. I freaking love it. No matter what your business is, you can absolutely benefit from the power and the accessibility of AI, because we are a part of history. Like, if someone had talked about ChatGPT, like, I don't know, even this time a year ago, you would have had to have been a pretty techie person to even be like, what are you talking about? I mean, there was software out there that was helping with AI, but now it is completely commonplace. And if you think about how AI can help you, is a lot of the things that we do around, you know, creating digital products and those sales mechanisms to sell the products is around creating content. And a lot of it's writing content, writing emails, writing a sales page, writing the copy for a checkout, writing the confirmation email that goes out when someone, you know, has that confirmation, and then also making that sound good. And, you know, it's either going to take you time that you have to write that. And, you know, I'm pretty okay at copywriting, but it takes me so long. Or you need to spend money and actually pay someone to do it. And what AI has done is it's allowed us to not have to spend so much time or money. There are paid tools that you can get, but there's also free tools. And I've been playing around a lot with Kajabi's AI writer. And if you want to learn more about that, please do get in touch. I'm probably going to make some videos for YouTube on it, because, you know, even if you are not good at writing, or you can make a start, like, AI is helping making your ideas better. And even this week I was writing a sales page for the Kajabi Tiki Tour, and there were certain sections of it and I was like, oh, it just doesn't sound good, I want to sound better. So I could just open up the little AI app and I'd say, rewrite this to sound better. I mean, I'm sure I could probably make it, give it a better instruction, but it's kind of like having, how I think of AI, especially the writing tools. There's, even more different types of tools, but the writing tools, it's like having a junior copywriter and you just give it some instructions. You say, hey, I wrote this, I think it's a bit crap, could you make it better? And if you don't like what it put out, you can be like, oh, can you rewrite it again but make it sound friendlier or more professional or anything like that? Could you, take this and make it sound more succinct? Is something that I use because I do tend to over waffle a little bit. Writing headlines is sometimes really difficult, or subject lines. So AI is going to help you not have to pay for, to get help, and it's going to allow you to put a lot of this stuff out a lot quicker than before. I created my entire sales page, checkout page, confirmation emails in a day. Like in the past, if I didn't have those AI tools, it might have taken me days to get that done. So, speeding that up is freaking phenomenal. But the other way that AI can help is that it allows you to easily share your existing content in more places. So, let's say you create your beautiful course and you want to promote it. What better way to promote it than to take a little snippet out of it and share it on social media? Maybe share it with your email list. If you have a TikTok or Instagram account or YouTube, make some shorts or reels or TikToks and take a little bit of that content and give people a taste and say, hey, this is what we're doing in the program. If you do a Q&A call, pull a little bit out of it and show how you're helping someone, and people will be like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. So there are lots of AI tools that are around that are helping you take that one piece of content and turn it into other pieces of content. And I've been doing a lot of playing around to find cool options, and there are specific tools that you can do. So you can pay money for a tool like to create reels out of a video, or to create social media captions from a podcast, or turn your podcast into a blog post, like different things like that. But what you can find is that can get really expensive. I've kind of lost count with how much I spent playing around with all these tools, and then I got to the point where I was just like, oh my god, I'm going to get rid of all of them and just simplify and just keep the best ones. But you might find, especially if you are right at the beginning and every cent counts, there could be tools within your existing software, like you get Kajabi to host your courses and your website and email marketing and checkouts, but they've also added tools in there like AMA. I don't know, I still feel weird calling the bot AMA, I'm not sure how to say it. Ask Me Anything, AMA, that's what it stands for. And Ask Me Anything will help you be able to rewrite, and it's using the tools behind ChatGPT. And they've also got the Creator Studio, which allows you to either upload a video or pick videos that you've already loaded in as part of your courses and get the actual transcript and pull little clips out of that and then post it up to social media. So so you might find that you are able to, maybe it's not going to be quite as advanced as some of those specific and specialized tools, but you're not going to have to pay any more for it. So having access to these things is really helpful. Now, last step, what else do you need to consider? I mean, I've thrown a lot at you. Hopefully you're like, yes, this is sounding awesome. But what else if you are wanting to create this digital product business? Well, you're going to learn how to do all these things. Like, I've rushed through all of this in one little masterclass, but you might find that you need to learn a bit more about it. So you could be like, all right, well, I want to learn all about Funland, and you might want to learn how to make a webinar, or how to write good emails or sales emails, or how to create a course. Maybe you're in the beginning and you're like, well, I don't even know how to even come up with an idea for a course. So there are courses and programs that you can take to learn more about each step, at varying price points, everything from free through to multi-thousands of dollars. But you can also take free classes and free live training. And, I've been going on a lot about Kajabi, funnily enough, but that is one of the reasons why I really love Kajabi, especially in the beginning when you are going, all right, I'm getting started, I'm spending money for this software, like I need to not spend thousands on other things. A lot of people will have free classes. Kajabi offer free webinar training where they go through specific topics, and they've also got, live sessions where you can actually get support and help. But there's creators as well that will offer free or low cost, like those low cost offers. So look around at what you can do that will be, you know, cost effective to help you get started. Also, if you can, pick some software that has a 24/7 help desk. It is so fantastic. That doesn't matter what stage of business that you're at. Even if you have got an existing business and you're transferring from one software to another, if your software offers 24/7 support, it will save your sanity. You know, I'm a pretty savvy, tech savvy creator, and I've, you know, been around this world for a while. Like, I was making my own websites back in 1999. However, when I first came to Kajabi, I had to learn a lot of things and unlearn things because different systems had done them in different ways. And I was like, oh, where do I even find this? What even is this? How do I use it, etc. And being in Australia, it meant I'm on the opposite side of the world from almost every help desk that is open during business hours in the US, and almost every software in the whole world seems to have their software support hours during business hours. So when I was working on my stuff, like, often I couldn't get support, and then I'd have to send in a ticket and then wait till the next day, and then they would answer me, and then I'd reply back, and I'd have to wait forever, and it was super frustrating. But 24/7 help desk, it means you can get support whenever you need it. You know, maybe this is a side hustle for you and you're working full time and you're only working on it at night, and, you know, you come across something and it's, you know, 10 to midnight and you're like, oh, I need help. The 24/7 help desk will make you, it will make your heart sing, like just being able to get that instant support. Also, when you are, you know, choosing what software to build your business on, look for a really engaged and helpful user community, whether other people that are using that software are, you know, keen to help. If you can go to like a Facebook group or something like that, where if you've got a problem, you can post it up in there. And, you know, the Kajabi user group, as an example, I've been part of that since the beginning, and it's really nice to be able to, you know, sometimes just troubleshoot things. And has anyone else had this happen? And, you know, reading through people's stories and experiences, or other people might have something going on, or they might post ideas, you know, and also like just to be able to celebrate and go, yay, I did it. Like, it's really nice to know that you can do that in a supportive community. Step-by-step help articles. I would hope that most software platforms do have really good step-by-step help articles. Sometimes they don't, and they're a little bit lacking. I particularly like the little, the video GIFs that are, and it is GIF, by the way, through all of Kajabi's help support articles. So it's not just screenshots, it's like little, you know, like little short sort of step-by-step videos that are through the help articles. It can really help me understand. And, you know, you might be surprised to know, even as someone who considers themselves a Kajabi expert and uses the platform, you know, all day, every day, I still sometimes refer back to those help articles if I get stuck with something. And, you know, it's really great to have that as that, you know, on-demand resource. Now, I'll give you this little tip. There's my smiling face. If you are going to sign up for software to run your business, choose an affiliate. Like, choose software that has an affiliate partner who's going to support you and help you get started, and give you some beautiful bonuses so you know, they can help support you on the journey. Me being one of them. I am a Kajabi partner, and I love to help people get set up. And so because of that, I give bonuses that are all around helping you get started with Kajabi and supporting you through those first months, because there's nothing worse than getting something and then just getting lost and not having help. And I adore helping people with Kajabi. That is my happy place. So I'm very happy to offer those bonuses. Kajabi pays me an affiliate commission, and I put that back into being able to support you, because it's, you know, so important. Now, I just wanted to run through, I use Kajabi for my business for pretty much everything, and it just allows simplification. So instead of having that situation like this, where you are you've got plugins that are breaking, you've got to connect everything, and you've got to use Zapier to put things together, you've got multiple softwares, having one system is an absolute magical treat. And honestly, I don't know if I really realized how much of a treat it was until I started actually a new business. So I have two businesses on Kajabi. I've now gone back to one, simplification. But I started a new business that didn't have a website. So originally when I came to Kajabi, I had a Teachable account for my courses, and I had ConvertKit for my email, and I had Squarespace for my website, and then I was looking at adding Wistia or Vimeo for video hosting, and all these things. It was all starting to get very complicated and frustrating. And so then when I came to Kajabi, like, I had those things, and there were some things that were still being connected, but then I started a new business, and just did everything on Kajabi, and it was like, oh my God, my brain is now so clear. Like I don't have that like, go to this place and make it work, and does that connect, and all of that stuff was just, you know, I didn't need to worry about it. It was just really like, it was so apparent, that brain space that I've been spending on multiple logins, learning multiple systems, like having to figure out how to do things in different systems, different help desks, all those kind of things. Having it in one place is, yeah, the streamlining is phenomenal. But what Kajabi can do is it can host your course, your membership, your digital products. It also gives you the checkout for courses, checkouts, yeah, memberships, workshops, digital products, conferences, like templates. I've used the checkout for my VIP day, like so many things. There is no limit to what you can use the checkout for. It doesn't just have to be a digital product. You can also host your website, host your blog or your landing pages, create your funnels. You can set up automations, use your email marketing through Kajabi. I love Kajabi's email marketing, and host your CRM, your contact database, so you can see what's happening with the contacts, and you know, are they opening your emails? How much have they spent with you? Like having that sort of database of your customers is really helpful. It allows you to explore Funland and do things like create webinars, set up your free lead magnet funnel, like all of those different things. It's really helpful. As I mentioned before, I use it for my affiliate program. And also you can use Kajabi's community, which is improving day by day. You can even host a podcast on Kajabi, and you can sell coaching products. It is pretty awesome, and that is scratching the surface. You can do more than that, but that is kind of the main things that Kajabi allows you to do, so that you don't have this maze of email marketing software and course software and website software and affiliate software, and then a different checkout and all the things, and your head is exploding and you're like, ugh, I can't make it work. You just get to make things simple, which is why I adore Kajabi so much. But I got a little question for you. Now we are getting to the end. Is the freedom-filled creator life for you? Like, do you want to have this freedom life? If so, there are two options that I have for you today. You could sign up to Kajabi and see how awesome it is. Use the free support resources. You could use the support within Kajabi, the Kajabi University. You could use the plethora of YouTube videos that are out there, including my own. Take some free classes and get set up on Kajabi. And for October, I'm so damn excited about this. Normally Kajabi offers you a 14-day trial. And normally for partners, we get to offer a 30-day trial. But exclusively, I'm pretty sure, I'm going to say it's because it's my birthday in October and Kajabi are giving me a birthday present. They have invited me to share a 60-day free trial with you. So you will be able to get 60 days on a free trial with Kajabi during October, which is pretty amazing. So you can do that. You can set up the trial, you can teach yourself and figure out all the things. Or, got another option for you, which is pretty awesome. You can get a ticket on the Kajabi Tiki Tour Discovery Bus, the fun adventure where you are going to explore the world of Kajabi with me, stopping off at the most important places when you are getting started. And in this 3-day challenge, I'm going to help you get your first offer created, make sure that everything is set up correctly so you can start selling. And that is just $97 for the Kajabi Tiki Tour. You know, working with me, daily lessons, Q&A, being supported through that whole process. So it goes pretty nicely if you are going to take up that Kajabi free trial option, because you're going to have an expert taking you through. And most importantly, I want you to start selling. But you might be like, a Tiki Tour? Like, what even is a Tiki Tour? And I admit, I did ask, and not many people outside of the Southern Hemisphere or probably even New Zealand actually know what a Tiki Tour is. So I didn't want to give up the name because it is so cool and I love it. And it's probably nostalgia from, you know, the days when my dad would be like, all right, let's go for a little Tiki Tour, kids. And we'd jump in the car and have a look around. But basically it's like the quick version. It's like the little, you know, stopping at the most important places, the highlights. And yeah, so I decided, even though people may not know what a Tiki Tour is, I'm going to tell you what it is. So you'll be like, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, basically it's a fun adventure that we can go on together to see all the highlights and the most important parts in just 3 days. So we're not going to obviously be able to explore the entire of Kajabi world in 3 days, but we'll hit the most important spots. The most important one being that you're going to get something up for sale so you can start selling. But Would you like both? Would that be better? Would you like to have both the Tiki Tour and the 60-day trial, and you would like to maybe not pay $97 for it? Well, you can have it all, because during October, if you sign up for that special 60-day free trial, the Kajabi Tiki Tour is complimentary. You'll get it on the house. You'll get it for free if you sign up to Kajabi through us, which is spectacular because we also offer other bonuses when you sign up to Kajabi through us. So this is something on top of those other bonuses. So during October 2023, it has to be in October, and you must use the link at theunicornadvisory.com/Kajabi. Any other link is not going to work and you're not going to qualify. So just make sure you do that. You'll get the 60-day free trial, which is just awesome. Like, so much time to explore and test it out, and you won't have to pay anything during that time, which is amazing. You'll also get your free ticket for the Kajabi Tiki Tour, and you can join me from the 9th till the 11th of October. We'll be going through those first little stops you need to make around Kajabi World, and you get bonuses from us. So my bonuses for Kajabi, I pride myself on offering what I consider is the best Kajabi bonus around. You get a one-on-one with me. You get my time, my eyes on your business, whether you want to use that for, Kajabi checking, like to see whether you've done everything correctly, and getting advice on how to structure things better. If you want advice on, like, oh, how do I start selling, or what product should I create, or do I do my website first, or anything else, you'll have an hour of power with me. That normally sells for $297, and you will get a complimentary hour of power with me. You'll also get 3 months access to Unicorn Heroes, which is our Kajabi support membership, loaded with tutorials and templates and information to help you get unstuck in Kajabi. Plus, I do a live session every Thursday morning to help you with Kajabi. And if you can't make it live, you can submit your questions in advance and then watch the replay. And Kajabi 101 Quick Start course, over $900 in value. It's pretty amazing. And you get to join me on the Kajabi Tiki Tour. So I hope that that has been some helpful information. Hopefully it's inspired you to perhaps create a digital product, bring digital products into your business, maybe become a digital product business, and hopefully you can have a better ideas of some of the things that you need to consider, and consider using Kajabi as your tool of choice to help you on your path. And, if you want some extra support, I'm going to be here for you with that Kajabi Tiki Tour. So just to recap, this will be here from the 9th. I just realized I didn't put it on the slide. It starts on the 9th of October till the 11th of October. It's not a literal discovery bus, but it's a virtual one. We're going to be treating it like the fun adventure that it is. If you are already using Kajabi, you can join that for $97. If you have signed up to Kajabi through me in the past, through our affiliate link, I'm extending that to you as well. So that complimentary ticket is for anyone who signed up to Kajabi through myself, the Unicorn Advisory, and Sue McLachlan. But yeah, if you are not using Kajabi, this is the perfect time to give it a go. 60 days free to try it out. And also, once you've had the 60 days free, then even when you start paying, if you get to the end of that and you're like, you know what, this isn't for me, they offer you a 30-day money-back guarantee. So it's absolutely zero risk, even once you start paying. So, it gives you almost till the end of the year to start, getting set up and start selling and creating courses and programs. And I would love to help you do that, and help you diversify your revenue and grow your brand in a way that you can control, and be part of this beautiful economy. So just to recap, theunicornadvisory.com/Kajabi is where you can go and sign up for that 60-day free trial. If you want to know some more information, you can see my cool page that we made for the Kajabi Tiki Tour. That is theunicornadvisory.com/KTT. That is where you can sign up for that. But if you do sign up for the free trial, you will be emailed an invitation, your complimentary pass to the Kajabi Tiki Tour. And I really hope that I can see you on the bus. It's going to be fun, and I can't wait to help support you through your first months on Kajabi. Bye for now.